topic is a handful of things. I can't remember how many we have. 5 things we'll say. Maybe we'll give you 3. Maybe we'll give you 6.
Yeah, but what does it build into? What's that? What's
5 things we wish every
yes.
member knew.
Okay.
Or potential member knew.
Or just anybody.
Or just anybody, yeah. 5 things
This
that
is
we
general
wish
facts.
everybody knew about the health and fitness world.
Yeah.
And these just come from things that we see after decades of coaching, working with people, hearing people's struggles, issues, whatever. So we'll kind of riff on a couple things that we want people to know.
Yeah. And I think the first one just like encompasses it all. The first one thing that we wish a member would know or anybody would know would be just the idea of the journey. And I think the journey itself is a hard pill to swallow for anybody because there's so many tangents and spots that we can deter from this topic just because the journey itself is such a big topic. But the big thing we want people to like understand and wish people would like grasp is that the journey is going to not always be super smooth. Mm-hmm. And like I say it's going to be hard, but that sometimes scares people. And it's not the matter of scaring you. It's just the matter that people buy into health and fitness, and we see it all the time, especially with New Year's resolutions. You buy into it's new year, new me. You get started for 30 days, and then it gets kind of hard. Mm-hmm. And then you're like, okay, I'll take a day off, and then it gets a little harder. Like, okay, I'm out. Like,
I'm done. This isn't for me.
And
and the excuses build up. But yeah, the journey is going to have spots where it is tough, whether it is long stretches of not seeing progress and questioning if what you're doing is right, whether it be simply just like hard workouts, or whether it be motivation fades, or you go through a bout of, let's say, depression or anxiety or mental illness, and it's hard to get into the gym, or your schedule gets super busy, or there's so many things, but all like the journey is not going to be easy if you take health fitness as a long trajectory road. Like, yeah, we can do a 30-day challenge and get some results. Like, oh, it was pretty easy, but 30 days, and then what? Yeah. But like anybody that you see that has really good results have went through a lot of hard times and they've just stuck with it. So a lot of times we were like, let's just use a high-level example or high-level movement as an example. If we're coaching like the ring muscle up, members all the time, they're like, you just make it look so easy. It's like, you didn't see the years of challenges I went through.
I got a decade of Vicky videos.
Exactly. It's like, we know what you're going through because we've also been through it. Yeah. And it's not always going to be easy. It's not always going to be smooth. And as long as like, if you know that going into it, when those moments come up, you can step back a little bit and be like, all right, this is part of the process. Yeah. This is part of the process. Nothing that is awesome comes easily, whether it's like being successful in a business, making a lot of money, like parenting, doing a good job of raising kids, like all that shit's hard. Yeah. But if you can step back and view it from a 10,000 foot view, you can see it's just a blip in time that you will get through, overcome, the challenge will fade, and then the rewards on the other side of it.
Yeah, it's kind of like the idea that like persistency and consistency are going to be like the two key like inputs when it comes to like the health and fitness journey. Like you're not going to always have super high motivation, but the point is to be a little bit more persistent in that matter and be consistent at that point. Those are all the things that are going to actually lead to your gains, your out, like what you want to get out of all the things. 100%. And I think that's the hard thing to grasp is we get, especially in today's day and age, we have that a moment of instant gratification, and it gets worse and worse as the younger generations go on. We get so trapped in the fact that I worked out, so I should have lost 5 pounds. Yeah. Like, and sometimes, like, even God bless my wife every day. Like, she like weighs herself. She stays on top. She's very adamant, like tracking things. But she's like, I didn't lose any weight today. I was like, you're not going to. It's okay.
Yeah. You don't eat one salad and lose weight.
Like, it's one of those things that some days you might lose a pound. Yep. Some days you might not. And like, some days you might even gain a pound. Like, it's one of those things where it's those numbers. Like, if we get so focused on that, that's what's going to end up leading to this or if we get so focused on that, we have to understand that we have to stay persistent, consistent in those moments. And those might be our challenges and our tough times. We're like, oh crap, it's not working. But if we keep staying persistent there, then eventually we'll get to that point where we're like, oh, hey, I've lost the weight I've lost. Or, hey, I got this. I feel good. Whatever it is. So, yeah.
And the reason we want people to know this is because this is general human mindset. Like, this is super common. And that is why I wasn't going to get into talking about the shot, but I'm going to talk about the shot. I'm not going to go into details. If you want to know my stance on the shot, let me know, and I will do a whole video on it. But that's why the GLP-1 is now $1 million, potentially $1 billion industry, because they are playing on the fact that they're playing on our emotions and our desire to have results
right away,
fast, with little to no effort. They know that that's what we want, so they create a product that's going to do that for us. Won't get into we won't go down that rabbit hole. That could be a whole video. And like I said, I'm totally comfortable doing that if you guys care. But there are companies, businesses out there that play into the fact that we are lazy. We want results without putting in the work.
Yeah. I mean, it's seen everywhere, even like supplements. Some supplements will say, take this, get lean, fat, burner, like all this stuff like super fast, but it never happens that way.
Even like social media, that's all it is. It's a dopamine hit for little reward. Pornography, dopamine hit for little reward. It's like there's all these industries that play on the fact that they can increase your dopamine and give you this crazy sensation without you having to actually do anything. And that's mentally, brain physiology, I don't know, neurologically, just using big words. That's a really, really slippery slope. I was just watching a video on Dr. Huberman talk about that. The more you increase your dopamine in your brain without doing something to get it, that's what leads to addiction and unhappiness, because your body wants more dopamine, more dopamine, more dopamine, more dopamine, but you're not actually doing anything to get it. It feels so much better when you earn it than if you just click and you got it.
Yeah.
So that's number one, is the journey's going to have ups and downs, left and right, struggles, and that's part of it.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that's just a moment of like accepting those things. So that kind of leads though a little bit into like the input output idea of things, like number two's item of like when we look at this idea of the journey, kind of like the things that you get what I'm saying, like things we put into it and what we expect to kind of come out of it, kind of thing, and how we focus on those things and our perspective there also is something we want like people to understand, because sometimes we get so caught up into gym. I got to do super good here that we forget that, I'm just doing this for so I can go hang out with my kids and have fun and play and do those kind of things. So sometimes I think this is another big area where we want members and people, who are doing the health and fitness thing to understand, like, it's good to do competitions. It's good to do those events. It's good to have fun and like compete and also do that. But in the grand scheme of things, we also need to make sure we understand like why we truly are doing this, like what we're trying to get out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. When it comes to like the inputs. So number two is I want people to focus more on their inputs, not on the outputs. And what I mean, what we're talking about is when you focus solely on the outputs, the outcome, the weight on the scale, the how your clothes fit, the what number you're hitting on this lift in the gym, that is going to lead to more unhappiness. What you should be focusing on instead is what you can control, the inputs. You can't control automatically the weight on the bar or the weight on the scale. What you can control are your inputs, the things that you are doing to eventually reach those goals on the journey. So you can focus on what you're doing for nutrition, how often you're training, what you're doing for your training, all of these things. And the more you focus on your inputs, you are confident that this is the right path, that I'm doing the right things. The outputs are a byproduct. That's what I want. And that will make the journey, we can link all these things together. That will make the journey more enjoyable, because you are focusing on what you can control, doing those things to the best of your ability. And then the byproduct is always the outcomes, the way you want to look, the number on the scale, the things that happen, whatever. Those things should be a byproduct of the training, the exercise, the nutrition that we choose to do, not the sole focus. If that's the sole focus, you're just going to be beat down every time you don't see that number or hit that number on the barbell. or you're going to be hyper focused on the end point, and there is no end point. I mean, we've all done it. You hit like, man, I want a 225 snatch forever. You hit it, it's like, cool. Now I want 245. It's like
265.
Yeah. You hit like, oh, I finally got a mile under 10 minutes. How can I go 8? Like, there's no end point. And the more you focus and hyper focus on the outputs, the more unhappy you get.
Yeah. I mean, that's even something like personally, because one of my goals is to eventually qualify for like a semifinal.
Yeah.
So I was obsessed with, watching the leaderboard, where I rank in the open, where I rank and this year was one of those years where I just didn't even pay attention. I submitted my workouts.
And what happened?
I feel great, and I did really well.
You're the closest you've ever been.
I was the closest I ever been. I just focused on my training. I didn't let that number like consume me of like, oh, I'm place 200th and I need to get up to this spot. I just didn't focus on it. I just focused on, okay, I'm training hard. I'm eating what I need to be doing. I'm sleeping where I can sleep, and I'm doing the things I need to do. And the byproduct of it, the outcome was I was the closest I've ever been.
And how much happier were you during training? Every day?
I actually fully enjoyed all the open workouts. Believe it or not, I loved them. I enjoyed the quarterfinal. Like, I had so much more fun this year completing the workouts rather than the stress and anxiety I normally get, where I'm overwhelmed and I see this big old like wave about to crash down on me and consume me. And so this year I had fun. Like, I truly enjoyed the open and the quarterfinals compared to previous years, just because I didn't focus on, okay, I have to get this number.
Yeah. I think focusing on your inputs is a huge game changer, just to be able to stay consistent in this journey. Just focusing on the right things and not getting distracted by the outcomes that you want. As long as we are doing the right things to match the outcomes that you want, which that's coaching. That's what we're here for. You just execute. Just focus on the things you should be doing, and the outcomes will come.
I know.
And if they don't, we come up with a different plan.
Yep.
But we need to come up with like, okay, here's the outcome that we want. Here's your halfway point. Here's halfway to halfway. Here's what we need to do to start kind of ticking these marks off the trajectory. You just focus on doing the thing.
Yeah. And that's where like it ties back into like the journey's going to be hard.
Yeah,
like
100%.
You're going to have some times where it's like, go this way, go that way, and then, so it's like, we just got to stay persistent, consistent, and we have to understand that we have to focus on what we're doing at this moment, because those outputs will come as long as we're staying persistent, consistent here. And so it kind of all blends together, but that's kind of the thing we want people to understand, because it's all, especially when you train the way we train, you get all these cool like new movements you're gonna try to practice and achieve and do. We see it all the time. People want to achieve this, get a pull up, get this, get that, and it's a part of it. It's why I love CrossFit. There's so many cool things, but then it's also, we got to remember that we have to focus on the input. Like, what are we doing to achieve those things? And then are we working consistently? And then that byproduct of the output will come eventually as we stay persistent. So
I think we can jump to number 4.
Actually, I have one we can throw in between.
Yeah.
So I just thought of this.
I like it.
Is the comparison mindset.
Oh, yeah.
So I think I was thinking about this one. I had it when we were talking about number 1, and then all of a sudden number 2, it was like, oh, there it is. It's back. But number 3 was, because it kind of goes like the instant gratification aspect, is I want people to understand is that you cannot compare yourself to others. I think I was super bad with this when I was trying to become very competitive. I would always look at other people's strength numbers and be like, gosh, I'm just a weak turd and I have nothing in me. Like,
I suck.
Yeah. Like, that perspective, like, understanding that we cannot compare ourselves. And that's just like from my point of view, what I'm working on and working towards, but that comes in general. Like, and I think it kind of goes in with like the idea of like the shot, the instant gratification, all of these things, is we get so caught up in this idea of like, well, so-and-so looks like this. And we get this ideal image that we create in our head that we want to look like this person or we want to be that way, when in the grand scheme of things, we're all our own individual person, and that we should never like get caught up in what others are or what other people are looking like.
Yeah, there's a fine line. Use other people for inspiration, for motivation, but comparison is it's going to do no good for you. And what's funny is we only compare ourselves to people that are better to make ourselves feel worse.
Yeah.
Compare yourself to someone that you're better than, and you'll feel great about yourself. Like, oh, look at freaking Jim Bob over there. I'm crushing Jim Bob. It's funny how our mind plays those tricks where we only compare ourselves to the few people that are better than us, instead of taking a step back and looking at all of the people in this world that do not work on their health and fitness at all. Like, you know what? everybody in this gym, I don't care if you're the least fit person inside of CrossFit Angola, you are crushing it comparative to
The world.
the world.
The world.
So compare
Yeah.
yourself to that.
I know. And it's like, that was another thing, like, because Alyssa did the Open this year, and she's like,
We're
she was like,
bashing on Alyssa
yeah.
in this guy.
No, this is an awesome thing.
Oh, okay.
So this is awesome because she had like just a super cool like moment where she was postpartum like 5 months.
Yeah.
And so she did the Open. She did it, according to what was feeling good and right and whatnot. But she didn't, and she just had like, she saw like where she ranked on the leaderboard. And I don't like to preach like looking ranks and stuff like that, but it just gave her perspective that she realized that she's so much more fit than she really thought she was.
Yeah.
And it was just cool because she just had that moment like, wow, I was like, I'm doing better than I thought it was. Because and that's because she, rather than focusing on, these top elite athletes or these people who are been training 10 years consecutive, she gets, stuck in that hole. She doesn't realize that, oh, hey, there's, thousands of other people that either are doing what I'm doing and I'm still fitter than them, or also just realizing like there's people in the world that aren't doing this and fitter than
at
them.
all.
And it's just like, that's why I always like try to tell people, especially those that we have another member that every now and then he does it jokingly. He'll go, he's like, oh, I'm just fat and slow. And I'm like, yeah, but think about everyone that's in your age group and like compare yourself to them. He's like, yeah, you're right.
Just
He's
go
like,
to Walmart.
Yeah,
Just take a trip to Walmart and you will feel so good about
Yeah.
yourself.
And it's just those small things I think is also is important mindset to have when you're in the health and fitness and you're trying to improve yourself, is you have to take like that world view of like, yeah, maybe compared to the fittest athlete in this gym, you are not that fit. Like, okay, but that's also someone who might be doing double what you're doing, might be investing more time, might
10
be
years younger than you.
There's so many different variables there. Like, that is not the comparison you should give yourself.
Yeah.
And you should look at compared to the world. And I think that's something I want people to understand more, is taking the world view and saying like, okay, I'm in here 3 days a week, 2 days a week, 4 days a week. Now go look at everyone else in this world. They probably can't walk more than a mile without complaining. Like,
100%.
There's so many people that like walking a mile is the end of the world. And like
a lot of people can't even walk a mile.
A lot of people can't walk a mile. And like, it's like those things you have to realize, but you can. And like, that makes you, I hate using the word, but better than them, right?
Yeah.
So like, in that way though, that shows that you are doing the right things. Kind of deal. So
The other thing with comparison, then we'll move on, is it's also a slippery slope to compare even yourself versus where you were. Like, let's say like everybody, in high school I weighed this. Like, okay,
oh gosh,
you were 18, you had the metabolism of a freaking lion.
Yes.
You didn't have any kids. You didn't have a job. You could train whenever you wanted. You could eat however you wanted. Like, don't even compare your 40-year-old self to your 20-year-old self, because unless you're willing to give up your kids, give up your job, give up your family, give up all of the things you have to do now, go back to that point, recalculate your metabolism, get your hormones back up to, you're a different person.
Yes.
You're a different person with different responsibilities. So it's crazy to think that you want the same outcome you had back then when you have a total new thing, like group of new things on your plate.
Yeah.
So again, it's all focused on the inputs. Like, man, here's where you are now. Here's what you can do to optimize it.
Yeah, and it's a lot of it's a perspective thing. Like, understand, like, you are a 30-year-old, you are a 40-year-old.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want to achieve as a 40-year-old? Not what you wanted to achieve as a 20-year-old.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want to achieve now as a 40-year-old? Like,
For sure.
So it's kind of those things too, I think, is another important thing that members should know. But all right, now we're back onto our original list. The next one was strength versus cardio.
Strength versus cardio. Which one is better?
Both. Both is the answer.
Gotta be.
Gotta be.
Gotta be.
It's
It's crazy to me that there are still people in 2026 with all the knowledge that we have that only do one or the other.
Yes.
Like, if you are a competitive high-level power lifter or an elite marathon runner that like wants to qualify and win Boston, I get it. You have to specialize. But for the average person that wants general physical fitness, enjoy the life, look good and feel good,
do both.
You got to do both. There are so many benefits of strength training that you will not get from only doing cardio, and vice versa.
Yeah, and I'm one of those people, like, I prefer like strength training. I power lifted. I did in high school. But like, even when I started getting CrossFit, like, I prefer to do the nasty metcons. I like to blow my lungs out. Like, I like to get my heart rate high. So for me, like even these last few years, I've consistently been lifting, but it took me a while. Like I had to grasp not only for like my competitive goal, but also just general life and fitness. Like I need to understand that like muscle mass is what breeds longevity. And I just had to like make myself think like you need to be consistently lifting. Like you got to stop favoring the Metcons. And I did that and I saw that in the results of my competitive side, but I also see that just in my day-to-day life. I feel good. Like I have like, when I eat, there's so many variables and factors that I realize that like now that I'm consistently lifting and then also balancing that with my Metcons and my cardio, my conditioning, like I just have overall like a very good, like everything about me feels good. I never have a day where I'm like, oh, I could do more. Overall, like I have a nice balance of things, but I realize just health wise, I feel so much better.
Yeah. Like life and longevity doesn't discern between cardiovascular health and strength health. You need to have both if you really want to have the best life outside of the gym as you age.
Yeah.
And heart health, before we started recording, we were talking about like heart attacks and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Heart health, that's going to be your conditioning, your lungs, your heart. Okay, strength training, well, that's pretty obvious. All the things we want to do outside the gym, but even like push that out farther, think about people that go into the nursing homes. More times than not, it's because if they fall, they can't get up. That's a strength issue. If they need to go to the bathroom, they can't get up on their own will from the toilet. That's a strength issue. So it's like, it's 2026. Stop doing only lifting or stop just running. I am proud of you for doing something, but you need both for one, just general physical fitness life outside of the gym, but two, if you do these things appropriately, they will supplement each other. And again, I can't believe that runners still think that lifting is going to detract from their running. It is going to help your running because you're going to be more resilient. You'll have fewer injuries. You can continue running longer into your later years with less injuries. Every time you run, you are emitting force into the ground, which needs to happen via musculature.
Yeah, and that's what's great. Like I'm a 190 pound like guy. I can run a sub 6 minute mile. Yeah. I can squat over 400 pounds. Like it's I'm not getting any slower. I'm only getting faster.
Yeah. It's and same thing with strength training. People that do, like, if you strength train, do some conditioning. It'll allow you to recover faster between sets and give more effort to your lifts without your heart rate blowing up. Because like people that only lift weights, and they don't ever do cardio, they get super out of breath doing like a 5x5 bench press. It's like, dude, do a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Where the studies came in like, oh, lifting affects your running. Yeah, if you do lifting like 5 days a week and you are smoked and you're cooked and that affects your running, of course it's going to affect your running.
Yeah, and if you're putting on 10, 15 pounds of muscle a week, but you're not going to be.
If you strength train 2 or 3 times a week and you do it in appropriate manners that support your running or vice versa. Do some, like, cardio's not going to kill your gains. Knock it off. If you're only lifting, you probably don't look that good anyway. Cardio is not going to kill any of your gains. It's going to support your gains by giving you better recovery, and you might actually lose some body fat.
Yeah.
So if I could, like, so what do we want people to know? You need to do both. For members inside the gym, if you hate cardio, stop skipping cardio days. You're not going to get any better at cardio if you don't show up to cardio days. If you hate the lifting days, but you want to be stronger, stop skipping the strength days. You're not going to get any stronger by skipping those days. I get it. I hate them too. I hate the cardio days too. I'm like the opposite of James. I like to lift heavy things, me pick up things, put things down. But you got to do both, man.
Yeah, and that's like even looking at like the longevity health wise, like when it comes to your heart rate, your strength also supports your ability to sustain like even heart rate. Because like if you're strong enough to pick up a bag of dog food, whatever it is, right? That's going to exert, if you're strong, you're going to exert much less energy. You're going to exert less heart rate, less lung, like all those things kind of eventually lead together.
Yeah, our bodies don't know the difference per se. Like our bodies are one body.
Yeah.
We can segment things to make up our total body to be better. But yeah, out in the real world, like your body doesn't know strength versus cardio, it just knows effort. How hard is this thing? How much do I need to work? How much do I need to increase my blood supply? How much demand does this take? And the stronger you are and the better your heart is, the lower effort you need to do like landscaping, moving furniture, play with your kids, like all that kind of stuff.
And that's fitness.
And that's
like,
fitness.
Right there. That's fitness. Is your ability to do those things with a lower effort, so you can do them longer, more efficiently, more effectively, more enjoyable. Right? It's actually fun to landscape if you're not sitting there out of breath, bent over, dying because you just picked up a bag of balls.
Playing with your kids.
Yeah,
like, you should actually enjoy playing with your kids and not be just smoked and like, oh, we got to take a break, son. I can't throw the ball anymore. Like, oh man, that kills me.
And the blend of those two is what supports essentially that whole entity. So
and we could do another whole podcast on how we program the two to support each other, our philosophies deeper into strength training and conditioning training, anaerobic versus aerobic, like.
There's so much.
We could do that'd be a fun one.
Yeah,
just like to nerd out on that stuff.
Yeah, it's fun to talk about because there is a whole layer.
Oh, it goes deep.
I know.
It goes super deep.
I know.
I don't know if many people that come here or want to come here care. That's kind of why they pay us.
Yeah,
to do all that stuff, and
we do think about these things.
We do. Yeah, very much. I think it'd be cool still to do an insight though of how we program and why we program what we program.
Yeah,
do that one day.
Yeah.
All right. The last thing I wish people knew is that your health and fitness journey is more than the 1 hour of gym time.
If there's anything, I'm gonna bang my head against the mic.
Do it. Good.
It's a lifestyle.
Yes.
Gosh dang it.
Yes.
Oh man.
Nobody that has the results that you want only does an hour of fitness inside of the gym and then
sleeps like crap, eats like crap, doesn't move any extra. And it drives me nuts. Like, this is where I hate social media. Like, for Lent, I gave up scrolling through Instagram reels, and I've had a much better life. But it was just you get through those videos and you see this guy. I wake up at 3 a.m. I get 2 hours of sleep, and shut up. He's taking a bunch of drugs and steroids. None of that stuff is the reality. No. The reality of it is all the science, all the information, all the research leads to this simple fact that what we do outside the gym is what's going to actually give us the results that we want.
100%.
That hour in the gym is great.
Yeah.
It's you can't take that away. You still need to sustain a good 45 minutes to an hour of some type of exertion, strength training, cardio.
Yep.
But it's your sleep, your nutrition, extra movement, walking around, doing all those things are all essential to building towards whatever goal, whatever outcome you want. If you just work out 45 minutes to an hour a day, then you eat like a douche, and then you sleep like a douche, whatever it may be, you're not going to get the results you want.
Correct.
Now, if you're 20s, maybe you could skate by. But
that's not going to last.
In your late 20s, in your 30s, in your 40s, in your 50s, it just won't happen. It's going to catch up to you. The sleep won't let you do what you need to do. The food won't let you whatever it is. It's your lifestyle is what's going to essentially create the outcome.
Yeah, and it kind of ties back into we want the easy route. People want to think that you can work out really hard and follow the best program, the most efficient program in the world for an hour a day, and that's going to be enough. It is a phenomenal start. It'll get you a good amount of the way there. If you are brand new and you don't do anything at all, you're going to see some tremendous benefits and gains, but at some point, that is only one leg of the stool. It has to be exercise is one, nutrition is one, lifestyle outside of the gym, your sleep, your recovery, your activity outside of exercise. You have to pull those levers as well to really optimize your total fitness as an individual.
Yeah. And they just all bleed together, right?
And the cool thing, they do bleed together. And the cool thing is the gym starts as the first point for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And then they start to work out, and then they want to start eating a little bit better, and then they have enough energy to start going for extra walks in the day, and all these things start to come together. But yeah, it's you gotta force them sometimes or allow it to happen so that you start to expand your view of one of the things I hate to hear is, no, I just work out so I can eat whatever I want and drink. I'm like, you shut up.
You are.
You know what? I would rather you work out and eat like shit and drink beer every weekend than not work out and eat like shit and drink beer every weekend. But come on,
and then again, we're not saying you have to give up everything.
Yeah.
It's not that. I think there is a balance of life. Yes, it's okay to have a pizza every once in a while.
100%.
Yeah, if alcohol is your thing, cool. You can have some drinks here and there as long as it's balanced and in moderation. Like, it's not saying like you got to go cold cut turkey and your nutrition has to be so dialed in that you give up on life and all you do is eat chicken and rice. Like that's not what we're saying. But if you want true health, if you want true superior levels of fitness, if you want to lose body fat percentage, if you want to lose these pounds, whatever it is, you have to understand that the hour in the gym is just not going to be the big mover the whole time.
Yeah.
It might be initially, but eventually you have to realize, okay, I have to start dialing my nutrition. That means I can't drink 5 days a week.
Yep.
I can't eat pizza 5 days a week. I got to start dialing things back. And then I got to start realizing, okay, I'm only sleeping 3 hours a day because I stay up until 1 a.m. scrolling on my phone. Okay, now you got to start realizing you need to start balancing your sleep because your sleep's going to lead to balancing your stress levels. If your stress levels are high, you're not going to be losing the body fat you want and all this. So it's just understanding that what we do in the gym is one piece of the puzzle.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's a great start.
Yeah.
And let that be your snowball that continues to roll into the other categories. But when you get to that point where you're like, okay, I want the next step, or like I'm stuck where I'm at, it's taking that step back. Like, okay, I got training down. I'm doing it 4 to 6 days a week.
Yep.
I feel good with it. I'm pushing hard, but I'm not losing my weight. What else am I doing? I need to do. Okay, cool. Let's look at your nutrition. Let's look at your sleep. Let's look at your extra movement. And it's adding those pillars into things, but understanding that it is a lifestyle thing.
100%.
I think that's the big thing with CrossFit, why it's become such a big thing and why people preach it all the time. I mean, you see all the different campaigns they've done. It's a cult, it's this, it's that. But ultimately it's because it becomes this lifestyle that people realize, like, oh, hey, I got this hour in the fitness day. It's fun. I enjoy it. I'm training hard. I'm training out with people. It's a good time. I'm getting good coaching. And it's like, and then you start realizing, then they're like, oh, I need to also get my nutrition down. And, and people just naturally start to flow into those pillars.
Yep.
But that's the big thing to understand is it's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
An hour a day in the gym, it's a great start.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the big pusher. It's not going to be the big mover.
And it's so cool to see that happen, that snowball effect happen.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden you'll see like groups of people going for walks after the gym or getting together outside of the gym and playing sports or going for walks or going on bike rides, texting about nutrition, putting things in the Facebook group. Like it naturally can turn into a lifestyle, but sometimes we have to make it. And it's that's big.
And that's the thing that's what we want members or people who are out there want, like if you're one of those people that you're like stuck where you're at, like, man, I'm working out 4 to 6 days a week. I'm still stuck at this number. Take that step back. Are you eating right? Yeah. Are you doing what you need to do nutritionally? Are you sleeping well? Yeah. Are you doing enough to balance your stress levels? Are you doing more than just an hour? Are you going for steps? You got 10K steps, 15K steps? Like, start to take those perspectives in mind as well, especially if you're one of those people like, okay, I've been doing this for a while, but I'm stuck. Okay, it's time to step back and understand that, like, this is more than just the hour that you're putting in the gym.
For sure.
So, cool.
So we got, I don't remember all we got. The journey will be hard. Inputs versus outputs. Strength versus cardio, lifestyle, and the comparison thing.
Yeah.
Those are 5 things that you should know.
Did we end on 5? Look at us go.
We did that on purpose.
We did that on purpose. I don't actually think we did that on purpose, but it naturally flowed that way. Because I think you started the episode off. This is 5 things. Yep. So that worked out perfectly. Yes. Yeah, crushed it today. But yeah, no, awesome. So, anything else for the people out there?
That's it.
All right, gang. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe for future episodes to come, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.